Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Big T. Welcome back to Football Talk. We're going to recap Week 4 of the NFL season. Let's do this. All right, to kick things off, the Thursday night football game between Cincinnati and Miami. Cincinnati pulls this one out 22-7. Pretty dominant game right there at home for Cincinnati. Next game, Buffalo and New England. Buffalo Bills go in and beat the New England Patriots 16-0 and do what no team has done since Gillette Stadium was open back in 2002 is shut out the Patriots at home. A rare sight to see that, to get to see the Patriots get shut out at home. So Buffalo gets a big win right there. New England, Rex Ryan kept talking all week long about trying to beat the Patriots, and he finally does. So, congrats to him. Whatever. We're going across the pond, for the European game. This is like a thing that the NFL does. Always has a game in England. I don't understand why people would get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and watch a football game. I didn't. I watched the game like later on in the third, fourth quarter of that game. But the Jaguars finally get a win. They beat Indianapolis 30-27. Indy did make it a game late there, but Jaguars did enough to get a victory there. Another big shocker game right here: Carolina and Atlanta. Atlanta, not much of a defensive performance here, guys. Atlanta wins this one 48-33, but the big news was Cam Newton getting knocked out of the game. Dave Anderson coming in to relieve him. They made it a game late, but Atlanta's defense came up clutch at the end. It's that's the team I want to talk about right now is Carolina. This team who was 15 and only lost one game last year, going to the Super Bowl and then getting destroyed by the Denver defense. And since then, this has been a really shocking year, in my personal opinion, on the Carolina Panthers. I mean, I had them, repeating as NFC champs, but right now, the way they're playing right now, it's like, geez, are they gonna have enough to get enough wins this year? The defense has not been playing good. Offensively, it's been inconsistent. Hopefully Carolina can turn this around. This is a talented team, I think, on paper. They just need to go out and perform, and that's all it is, guys. Week to week, you got to go out there and you got to perform. Every single week. Next game we're going to cover: Oakland and Baltimore. Baltimore made a close game here, but Oakland barely gets a win here. They win it by a close score by 28-27. So congrats to Oakland right there. And I had David Carr as my fantasy QB this week because Aaron Rodgers was on a bye week. So, thank you, Dave. Only need you for 1 week, so thanks a lot, buddy. Next game we're covering the Detroit and Chicago. Chicago finally gets a win here, 17-14. Tennessee and Houston. Tennessee made it a close game there, but Houston at home wins it by a score of 27-20. Seattle wins against New York. The New York Jets by a final score of 27-17. Cleveland and Washington. This was a pretty interesting game here. Washington does win this one 31-20. Cleveland just can't seem to get in that win column yet, guys. And I think it's gonna be a little tougher for next week because they're gonna play New England. And then on to Denver and Tampa. Not even a close one here, guys. Denver wins this one 27-7 against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But the quarterback for them, Tavon. Oh my God, I apologize. His name's slipping my mind, but got hurt, and then Lynch came in, the rookie quarterback they drafted in the first round. Played decent there, but hopefully, we'll see what happens with that quarterback situation there. LA and Arizona. Once again, Arizona, another disappointing week. I have no idea what is going on with the Cardinals. They lose this one 17-13. That's another team right there that's, was in the NFC. It was a game away for, I think, going to the NFC Championship and getting a tough loss by Carolina Panthers. And this team once again, has all the talent, has a lot of talent, but just doesn't seem to, pull out with a win there. And it's just a little disappointing to see that from Arizona. I have high hopes for them to go make a deep playoff run. I kept saying wow, this team looks like it's ready to go. It looks like it's ready to make a really deep playoff run, but it just looks, once again, like I said, Carlson Palmer. I know Arizona fans are gonna, if you're a Cardinals fan watching this, I know you're probably gonna say something, but guys, this is my opinion. I just don't think he is up to the task of being an elite quarterback. I just don't see it. I don't see it, and he's just, constant, interception, fumble. It's like, just inconsistent play. Hopefully Arizona can turn this around. Like I said, talented team, but we'll have to see what happens. Next thing we're going to cover, San Diego and New Orleans. Once again, another 1-point game here. New Orleans wins against San Diego 35-34. This, once again, that was a really good matchup by those two teams. Next game, Dallas and San Francisco. This is always a historical matchup, but Dallas wins this one 24-17. And then we go to the Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh just dominated at home and win the score by 43-14. I watched that game. Kansas City's offense looked in disarray. Defensively, they had a hard time trying to cover people. Just an unfortunate defeat right there. I thought this was going to be a lot closer than it was, but it wasn't. And then finally, last night's Monday night game between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. I thought this was going to be a really close game, but you know what? This Minnesota Viking team, every single week, I gotta give praise to this. Not just the players, but I give credit to the coaching staff there at Minnesota, because this team, for the last 4 weeks now, has surprised me. Defensively, they are playing unbelievable defense, and they're offensively. Sam Bradford, he's doing an unbelievable job there, taking over the reins there. And running wise, they're running the ball successfully. Guys are stepping up, making plays. So that team, look for this team to make a deep playoff run. If they keep playing the way they're playing, I don't see why this team can't get to an NFC Championship or get to a Super Bowl. I'm very impressed with how they've been playing. So that's going to do it for the news right there. But let's make some game day predictions for this week. Here we go. All right, guys. So last week, I actually did a little better this week for week 4. I went 10-5 for my predictions. So in this week, I'm gonna make my predictions. Once again, I ran them all on my little board right here. I don't know if you can see all that. All of my, week 5 predictions. So here we go. These are my predictions. I'm gonna start with a Thursday night game: Arizona and San Francisco. I think Arizona needs to come into this game with kind of like a playoff mentality. This is like our we need to get a win thing. You hate to say this is a must-win situation in a week 5 matchup, but I think with all the problems that Arizona has been dealing with, they need to get a huge victory here right now. So I have them winning this one, a close one actually than it should be. I have them winning 17-10 against San Francisco. The next game I'm going to cover, New England and Cleveland. For those of you who don't know, Tom Brady is going to be back on the field after serving his 4-game suspension, and possibly they're going to have their other defensive starter, Rob Ninkovich, returning return there as well. I don't see the Patriots losing this one. I know they had a very bad game this past weekend defensively. They weren't, they didn't get any pressure on Tyron Taylor. Offensively, that's another thing I want to talk about the Patriots. Is everyone was so high on Jacoby Brissett because he had that one unbelievable game. Everybody has to remember he is a rookie, and sometimes success for a rookie, You can be like really up high after a win, like, oh my God, yes, like I'm doing pretty good. And then you go to the next game, you play like crap. You know, he had a big fumble there in the red zone and you know, incompleted passes and just inconsistency on the offense, and you're like, oh wow, okay, I'm not as good as I think I am. So, like I said, Tom Brady will be back. I don't see them losing this game. I mean, if they lose this game, this will be like probably the upset of the year, I think, if Cleveland beats them. But I have Patriots winning this one, 38-10. Next game, Washington and Baltimore. I have Baltimore win this one 21-17. Baltimore wins this one. Next game, Philly and Detroit. Philly's coming off a bye week. You know, this team's been playing unbelievable football. I don't see them losing this one. I think it'll be a close game, but I have Philly winning this one 27-21. Next game, Chicago and Indy. I think Indy will beat Chicago. This will be another close game. Indy will win this one 17-10. Next game, Tennessee and Miami. I think this will be another close game. I think Tennessee will win this one 23-21. Next game, Houston and Houston and wow, I can't even remember right. I'm sorry. I have Houston and Minnesota. Houston and Minnesota. I am so sorry about that, guys. Houston and Minnesota. I have Minnesota, how they've been playing dominant football the last 4 weeks. I have them win this one 26-17. Next one, New York Jets against Pittsburgh. Once again, Pittsburgh at home. I think they'll win this one, and how Ryan Fitzpatrick has been playing. He wins this one. Pittsburgh wins this one 21-10. Atlanta and Denver. Denver's defense has been unstoppable. Their offense has been clicking. I have them winning this one 31-17. Dallas and Cincinnati. I have Cincinnati win this one 13-10. Another close game. Buffalo and LA. I think this will be a close game in LA, but LA will come out on top 17-10. San Diego and Oakland. Another close game. I have Oakland win this one 27-21. Next game, Green Bay and New York. I think the troubles are just going to continue for the New York Giants, especially at Lambeau Field. It's such a tough place to play in general. But I have them win. Green Bay win this one 21-17. Tampa and Carolina. Once again, I was talking about Carolina earlier in the show. I think their troubles continue. They lose this one in a close matchup, 27-21 Tampa Bay. And the teams are on a bye week this week are Seattle, Kansas City, Jacksonville Jaguars, and New Orleans Saints. So those are my predictions. Like I said before, guys, last week, put your comments in the description below. Who you think are going to win? Who's going to be a big player this week? Let's see. Write something down, guys. It's always good to hear your comments. So that's going to do it for this episode. But just one more quick note. This is completely off football talk. As you know, I'm wearing my Red Sox cap. Anybody who's been following baseball, this past weekend, David Ortiz, who is a beloved baseball player, not just in Boston, I think all around, baseball, is going to be retired at the end of this year. It was his last game at Fenway. I did get a chance to watch a little bit of the ceremony. I recorded a little bit. I had to go to work, unfortunately, this weekend. And first of all, I think to David Ortiz, I think he's going to go down as one of the greatest clutch hitters of all time, probably in my generation and probably from generations to come. Such a wonderful baseball player, a very giving person. It's sad to see a player like that retire, but he's brought. I mean, my memories of him were when I was in 2004, when the Sox won that first championship after 86 years, watching those clutch hitting home runs in the playoffs, like in the Yankee series and the conference championship game. He is just like he'll go down as one of the greatest to play that position, I think. And it's sad to see him go. Hopefully the Sox can get a World Series. I'm not saying that as a Red Sox fan, as a New England fan. I'm saying that just as a baseball fan. It would be great to see a guy like that to go off on top and get a win like that. So, all right, I'm looking at my clock here. I'm running late on time, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching this episode, guys. If you liked it, hit the like, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. I get it. Subscribe for more content. Social media below. Always remember to be kind, generous, and love one another. As always, I will see you, yes you, on the other side, my friends. Bye!